When I originally recorded this video, it actually came out a lot longer than I intended it to be. And so what I'm going to end up doing is breaking this video into 3 parts. And so I wanted to really let you guys know so that you can be on the lookout for parts 2 and 3 that will complete the set of ideas that are started in this video. And so with that, I'll let you get back to scheduled programming. What's up, YouTube? It's a little over 4 weeks into the new year, and it's been just enough time for us to have made our lofty New Year's resolutions and come up with those amazing changes that we wanted to bring into our life this year. It's been enough time for us to have given it that good old college try and, tried it out for a week or two. And it's also been enough time for us to now not really be making any forward progress towards those lofty and ambitious goals that we had only 4 weeks ago. And if we're really being honest, a lot of the time, those New Year's resolutions that we made 4 weeks ago might as well be last year's New Year's resolution at this point, in terms of at least us actually accomplishing them. And hey, I get it, I'm guilty of this too. But if you're anything like me, one of the things you might do in your quiet time is sit and reflect on your New Year's resolutions and your goals that you had, and think about how, as those years have passed by and those goals have yet to be accomplished, what keeps going wrong? And for me anyway, I believe that the answer is that many of the times when we set these goals that we want to accomplish, or we talk about the changes that we want to bring into our lives, we don't spend enough time thinking about what it takes to actually make those changes come about or accomplish those goals. And I think that applies whether the goal is something like managing our finances better, developing healthy lifestyle habits, getting into school, getting that promotion in the new job, or even just being better in our relationship with other people that are important to us. But what I'll tell you is I think there are at least 3 key things that are important when it comes to enabling yourself to accomplish the goals and the changes that you want in your life. The first thing that I think is important is to set the right goals. The second thing is to be able to make a plan. And the third thing is to have the right mindset. And I want to talk a little bit more about each of those points. And so when we think about not being able to accomplish the goals that we've set for ourselves, I would challenge you to think about why you may or may not be able to accomplish a goal. And for me, one of the things that I've found is that when I'm unable to accomplish a goal, it's because I really didn't set the right goal to begin with. And what might that mean? It might mean that you didn't set a goal that's something that you're able to accomplish, or in the time that you have, or B, you didn't really have a clear vision about that goal that you were trying to accomplish. And so it's more of a nebulous achievement that you wanted, but it doesn't necessarily lend itself well to figuring out a path towards actually achieving that thing. And so one of the, I would say, beloved acronyms that I've come across time and time again, whether it was in the working world, business school, med school, not so much in grad school, but I think that was more of a learn by trial and error and still arrive at this same type of acronym and understanding, is the acronym SMART. And so SMART is, I would say, a thought process methodology behind how you should set your goals. The acronym SMART stands for, the S stands for specific, the M stands for measurable, the A stands for achievable, the R stands for relevant, and the T stands for time bound. And so when you think of setting goals, one of the key things that's important is being specific about what it is that you want to accomplish. And what that really means is that means you want to be able to have a vision for what it is you're trying to achieve and to be able to define that thing concretely. That allows you to then go forward and make the right efforts towards achieving the goal that you're really setting out to accomplish. When you think about the M, measurable, your goals need to be measurable in the sense that you want to have some type of metric or ability to measure your progress towards achieving that goal. And that's very important because especially when you're talking about longitudinal goals and things that could take 6 months, 1 year, if you're not able to track your progress over time and see how close or how far you are from your goal, it's easy to just lose motivation anywhere along the way and then never end up achieving that goal. The goal itself should be achievable. That's also something that I think is very important that a lot of times we don't think about. Like a lot of times we set a very large goal, and the large goal might actually require us to meet several smaller goals along the way in order to actually be prepared and able to achieve that goal. And so if you set a goal that you're not really able to achieve with the resources, the skills, the tasks that you have at hand, you're really just setting yourself up for failure. But if you set a goal that you can achieve that goal, and then move to a higher level goal or a subsequent goal, you're much more likely to keep making progress down the path towards the larger goal that you might be interested in. Furthermore, the goal should be relevant. And so in that regard, a lot of times it can be hard to accomplish goals if you are doing things that are counter to a lot of the other things that are going on in your life currently. And so, for instance, synergy is great when accomplishing goals because a lot of times you can use methods or different thought processes and approaches and kind of streamline your efforts towards a goal. Furthermore, it's good to achieve goals that align with the series and purpose of things that you have in your life. It's hard to do things that really don't necessarily agree with your trajectory, where you're trying to go, so on and so forth. And so finally, your goal should be time bound. And why is that important and what does that mean? Well, it means that you should really have deadlines for when you want to accomplish the goals that you set for yourself. And you might say, well, I don't know how long it's going to take. Sure. I mean, no one really knows how long something is going to take, but I know I'm prone to procrastination. And I know unless I actually give myself a target to shoot for and a time when I expect something to be done, chances are I'm not going to start making any progress towards that thing in any meaningful way. And I find that it's very helpful personally to set a deadline, because what that deadline allows me to do is backtrack when and how often and what amounts of effort I have to put at certain times to achieve a goal within the time limit that I've allotted myself. And so again, it's another metric that keeps you engaged, keeps you in the game, and really enables you to move forward in a productive fashion. And so if you search the internet, there's lots of information out there about using kind of the SMART approach towards setting goals. And I myself definitely recommend it. But after you've made your SMART approach goal, you might say, okay, well, what's next? And me personally, I would say the only way you're going to achieve your goal is to make a plan.